Hey everybody, I'm Joe.
And I'm Scout.
And this is the Valor 44V14. Scout, what are some of the specs on this thing?
Yeah, the Valor 44V14 is coming in at a length of 45 feet, 11 inches, and a dry weight of 15,700 pounds.
All right, let's go ahead and take you inside because we know you want to see that first. All right, Scout, so now that we're in the garage, the heart of the toy hauler, what are some of the key features that everyone's gonna wanna know about?
Of course, so on the Valor 44V14, that 14 stands for the garage length. That's wall to wall, you have a 14-foot garage. Something unique that we do at Alliance is our tracking system. So instead of using the typical D-rings that a lot of manufacturers use, you have complete flexibility with the L-track system that we have in the garage. This garage is rated for over 3,000 pounds for your toys and accessories that you're gonna bring along with you. But don't forget, this is multifunctional. It's not just a toy hauler. It doubles down for some living space. So getting into that, above us, Joe, we have our HappiJac bed system. So you have a queen bed up top. Underneath that is going to be the sofas that also convert into an additional queen bed.
So, Scout, you're telling me you can comfortably sleep 4 people back here?
Yes.
Nice. So, but in front of me, what I'm seeing is it looks like there's more features up there. What are some of the additional features you're gonna get in this 14-foot garage?
Yeah, so going over a few of those additional features, one would be that you have a 12-volt TV that's in that perfect position for the guests that are staying back here, as well as a half bath, so they don't have to track through the master bathroom. They have a space in the back garage area. This also comes with its own separate air conditioning system. We'll get into the whole air conditioning system later, but you do have AC and heat into the garage space, as well as a loft, which is great for additional storage or another guest.
Yeah, and it looks like you have a washer dryer set up back there, and that's location number 1, right?
Yes, that's location number 1. We also prep that in the front bedroom as well.
Nice. Okay, now let's head out to the outside because there's some additional features you get with a toy hauler. So now we're outside the garage on this 8-foot patio system, but it's more than a patio. What are the features out here that you're gonna get?
Yeah, so this is a weather-resistant ramp door. So this is for all of your toys going up into the unit. It has 3,000 pounds of capacity, just like the garage. We're in the patio position, which is rated for 1,500 pounds. Additionally, back here, you are getting a awning that's gonna be covering. So just in addition to space where you can hang out outside.
Yeah, I love it, keeping the patio parties going. Okay, let's head to the living space of the coach next and talk about all the great features you'll find in there. All right, Scout, so one thing that I love about the 44V14 is you do not feel like you're in a toy hauler at all when you're in the living space. You got this beautiful L couch. Explain everything that's going on in this living space here.
Yeah, so one of my favorite things too is just this living space. So you do have that L-shaped sofa. Most toy haulers, you have what they call a super sofa where you're sitting right on top of each other. So plenty of entertainment space and seating area in here across from your entertainment. So you have a smart TV across from that with a JBL sound system that has a zone in the garage as well as outside and in this living space with a 5,000 BTU electric fireplace. And then across from that is a nice coffee nook. So you typically don't find that in toy haulers at all. You have a full coffee bar. And next to that is a dedicated dinette space. Toy haulers are not known to have dinette tables, so for this floor plan to have the L-shaped sofa, a beautiful entertainment spot, and a dedicated dinette is pretty big time.
Yeah, I mean, that's why you don't feel like you're in a toy hauler. You feel like you're in a normal fifth wheel in this space.
Of course, and I think that doubles down too because we're using atrium-style windows.
Yeah.
So lots of window coverage. Beautiful thing at Alliance is that you actually can open these windows 50% of the way to maximize that airflow.
All right, let's go ahead and head into the kitchen next and talk about everything up there.
Perfect. All right, so now that we're in the kitchen space of the Valor 44V14, we're maximizing the amount of countertop space in here while also having that living space. So you have solid surface countertops throughout. We also do a solid surface countertop up top to eliminate any sort of water coming back onto that recliner sofa. You have a bullet sink with a stainless steel sink. And in addition to, you have a trash chute. So we're maximizing all of that storage space in here where you have a dedicated door on the outside to get rid of that trash, with a 4-burner oven and a residential stove and a residential microwave above with plenty of countertop space all the way across. Another thing to note is all of our drawers have magnets. So when you're going down the road, your stuff's not gonna be flying out, it locks into place. And all of our cabinet doors are soft close. And in addition to, we are doing a glazed birch finish for all of our cabinet drawers with a silverware divider in one of those drawers. Now let's move over to the refrigerator section. So now we're moving over to the refrigerator. It's a Furrion 12-volt refrigerator that is running off of your solar panel. So you have 800 watts of solar on the roof with a lithium battery. We'll get into that a little bit more later, with a full-size pantry. And there will be motion lights in that pantry with outlets so you can plug in your vacuums, any appliances. But now let's move up into the bedroom space. All right, so now that we're in the bathroom, so what you'll find is solid surface countertops with the stainless steel sink. We're doing double medicine cabinet doors. You can maximize that bathroom storage with, in addition to storage in the back half of that medicine cabinet. You're gonna find a fiberglass one-piece shower. The unique thing is this is a drop shower. So you're getting, in addition to 4 inches of head clearance for any of those taller customers. We're maximizing that space in the bathroom. Now let's transition into that master bedroom. All right, so now we're in the bedroom of the Valor 44V14. It comes with a king size bed, an RV King with outlets and USBs on both sides of that bed. Across from that, you have a 12-volt TV. It is a smart TV, so you can watch all of your favorite games, watch through your streaming services, Netflix, Hulu, you name it. There's gonna be a dresser. So there's 3 drawers in that dresser, flip-up storage up top, as well as shoe storage underneath. So in the closet space of the Valor 44V14, you have a his and hers on that left hand and right hand side with drawers underneath. In the middle section, it's prepped for the washer dryer. So not only can you prep it for the garage space, but also in this master closet. If you don't need a washer and dryer, it has 2 hanging rods to maximize your storage needs. Now let's talk about some of those creature comforts in the Valor series.
All right, Scout. So we know that customer-driven features are the North Star here at Alliance RV. So some of those things that I personally love is the fact that you don't have any carpet throughout any Alliance coach. You're also going to find those flush floor slides, so you don't have those tripping hazards throughout the coach. And there's no in-floor heat vents. Having 2 dogs myself and knowing how much dust can collect in those, it's a huge thing for me personally. What are some of the other features that we have here at Alliance?
Yeah, so some of those, in addition to customer-driven features that we really listen to at Alliance, is going to be that all of our wiring is color-coded and number-coded, so it's easy to diagnose or repair if anything did end up happening. We also have water shutoff valves for every single plumbing location. If it's your kitchen sink or the main bathroom, you can isolate that issue and continue camping. Other features that we love to talk about is our dimmer switches. So not only is there a dimmer switch in the main living space where you can set that tone, but it's also in the master bedroom as well. In addition to is our air conditioning system. We use 3 13.5K B2 air conditioners where you can run any 2 on 30 amp service, all 3 on 50 amp service. They're zoned independently, so you can pick and choose which ones you want to run.
I love that. Let's go ahead and head outside and talk about all the great features you're going to find on the Valor series. All right, Scout. So when you're shopping for an RV, knowing how the RV is built is one of the most important things you can find out. We're here at Alliance. We're here to tell you guys how it's built because we don't hide anything. How is every Valor built at Alliance RV?
Yeah, so let's talk about construction. The Asdel walls is a big thing. So it's aluminum walls, aluminum structure. You have Asdel inside and outside layer. What the difference is most manufacturers are using wood products, or we're using full composite. This helps eliminate the factor of delamination, rotting and molding in your sidewalls, with also providing extra insulation while using this composite material. Up top, we're using a PVC roof membrane. The difference there is it comes with a lifetime warranty. It's 80% more solar reflective, so it keeps the unit a lot cooler in the inside, but also it's patch repairable. So if something did ever happen, you can actually patch repair it, and it's very cost effective compared to replacing the entire roof with other brands.
Absolutely, very smart. Okay, so construction, huge thing. Let's go ahead and talk about where the rubber meets the road next, the performance running gear.
All right, so now we're gonna talk about where the rubber meets the road. This is an important thing, this enhanced performance running gear package. So let's dive into it. So we start off with a strong foundation. We're using super G-rated tires on our Valors, as well as 4K leaf springs, heavier duty wet bolt and shackle kits. We've also added V-bracket reinforcement, increase that strength and rigidity just for those leaf springs. And additionally, you have a 2-inch torsion tube connected to our 10-inch I-beam to give you more strength and rigidity directly to that frame. Now we talked about the running gear. Now let's talk about some of those additional campsite features on the Valor. So now that we're on the campsite, let's talk about a few of the features you'll find on this Valor 44V14. It's coming standard with 3 awnings on the outside to maximize your awning coverage. You also have the JBL sound system out here to listen to your favorite tunes, as well as 110 outlets. Next to me is going to be the door entry. So you have the Moride solid step door entry with the Moride safety grab handle where you can grab it from that bottom step. Now let's pass it off to Joe to talk about your front pass-through storage.
One of the biggest changes we made is the unobstructed pass-through on our Valor series. You're also going to have a 6-foot folding table that is a customer-driven feature. You're going to have your 3-way switches to control your awnings and slides from outside. Don't worry, there's controls inside too. You're also going to have USB ports, your cable hookups, and 110 power, as well as steel saddlebags. Additionally, you're going to have a spray port that is both hot and cold. Now, Scout, why don't you take them to the front of the trailer and talk about everything you're going to find up there.
All right, so you have unobstructed pass-through storage up front. In addition to, on the bottom left-hand corner is your NPS 6000 watt generator that has a pull start. So in case your batteries did ever die out, you can manually start the generator, but it also has a pure sine inverter that only takes it up to the power that you're using in the coach. To the right-hand side of that is going to be your lithium battery that is coming standard on the Valor products. It's a 100 amp hour lithium battery, pair off that solar package. And up front in that pass-through storage, you're also going to find that we switched to a Victron charge controller. This was customer-driven feedback. The Victron equipment is super popular in the solar world. Now let's move to the off-campside and talk about some additional features there. All right, so now we're on the off-campside of this Valor 44V14. First thing we want to talk about is our water manifold system. We mentioned that we have water shut-off valves for every plumbing location. Everything is already labeled out accordingly. This is what you're finding in a lot of residential homes. In addition to, we have our slide-out controls for slide-out 1 and slide-out 2 on the off-campside, so you know how far that power pole is away from that slide-out. We have our temperature-controlled module here for your 2 outside spray ports. That's something that we actually took from the Delta line. It worked out very well for that, so we moved over to the Valor. Also, behind here, we have easy access for all of your plumbing and wiring needs, and all of our wiring is now loomed at the factory. Behind me is our 12-gallon gas-electric water heater. You can run it off of gas, you can run it off of electric, or you can run it off of both. So totally up to you, as well as our 40,000 BTU furnace, which runs through the entire underbelly, the pass-through storage in the inside of the camper. What else do we have to talk about on this off-road side?
Yeah, Scott, there's tons to talk about on this off-camp side here. Let's start with the slide-outs. So our slide-outs now have composite flooring, just increasing the longevity of the coach as you use it over time. Additionally, you're going to find a 30-pound propane tank, and you're going to find the controls to your 6-point hydraulic auto level. Now let's go ahead and head to the back of the coach and talk about everything back there.
So if we continue moving on to the back of the 44V14, this is where that trash chute is from the interior of the coach. We also have one termination point for all of your black and gray tanks. You have 98 gallons of freshwater capacity, 106 gray and 106 black. Now let's pass it off to Joe to talk about your fueling station.
So back here, you're going to find 2 30-gallon fuel tanks, one for your generator and one for your auxiliary fuel. So filling up your side-by-sides and anything else that you need. There's a simple switch in here to activate your fuel pump. Additionally, you're going to have a side ladder to access your roof, and you're going to find your 50-amp power cord. Now let's go to the campsite and talk about how you can learn more about the Valor 44V14. Everybody, thank you for taking the time to watch and tour this Valor 44V14. Scout, how can they learn more about this floor plan?
Yeah, you can learn more at alliancerv.com. And Joe, how can they connect with us?
Yeah, absolutely. Go to any social platform that you use and just search @AllianceRV. Everybody, thank you again, and we hope that you choose to join the Alliance.
But they all have their own thermostat. So zone for
Talking so
oh my
much
gosh.
about the air conditioners.
Oh
dude.
my gosh, sorry.
It's like a pinch on air. I was like,
know
are you
which
done
one.
yet? Are you done
I
yet?
don't know when to stop.
So just go. Okay. Yeah, I was like,
Oh man, that's funny.
okay.
All right. All of our wiring is now loomed. So really listening.
What is it?
Loomed.
Loomed.
Yeah. All right.
All right, now volume's going.
It's going. Let me fuel you up. Okay, so now let's go to the campsite and talk about how to learn more about this floor plan.
Yes.
Okay,